Hi everybody, and welcome to another video. Today I'd like to show you my Neca Hellraiser collection. So Hellraiser is a 1987 horror film directed by Clive Barker. It's had considerable amount of success, leading to 9 other sequels. I must confess that I haven't seen them all. But in terms of the original film, I found it quite, how can I say this, innovative for the time, and still today it is quite extraordinary in the exploration of the horror genre. So central to this film is this character right here, Pinhead. Okay, the character originally played by Doug Bradley. Okay, he is the leader of the Cenobites. And what exactly are Cenobites? Cenobites are a group of extra-dimensional, sadomasochistic beings who cannot differentiate pain from pleasure. Okay, being said this way, it's wow, extraordinary. Okay, so in terms of this particular figure, what can I say about it? It's from the Cult Classics toy line back in 2004, and it displays none other than the original. Yeah, okay, let me just remove them out of the pegs. Yeah, it hasn't been removed from his pegs in quite a long time. The original, okay, Pinhead, as I was telling you. So these first figures do not have legs, okay. This is from a spongy material, okay, and you can see they don't have legs, okay, and they only have a limited amount of articulation. So they are like statues of a sort, okay, but the intricacy and the level of detail with which they are sculpted is very, very good, particularly when we're talking about something which was made in 2004. Okay, so holding in his hand, in his right hand, so Pinhead has none other than the puzzle box. Yes, the box which holds the secrets to the ultimate pleasure, but also to the ultimate pain too. Okay, so we're going to go into that in a while. Okay, so on this franchise, those of you who have watched it fairly recurrently, came these chains from all over the place that actually ripped human bodies left to right, in a most horrid and graphical way. And on this pillar, yeah, we've got different parts of human anatomy displayed in the most gruesome way. So we've got here Pinhead, as I said before. Okay, throughout the movie franchise, other Cenobites appear. Most of them are only marginally seen. They are secondary characters. But let me start with one of the main characters in the first movie. That is Frank. Okay, so Frank comes with one of the tiniest accessories I've ever seen in this scale. Yes, a tiny switchblade. Yeah, okay, so here it goes. And he also comes with a rat. Okay, so as the story goes, searching for the ultimate pleasure at the beginning of the film, he buys, in what I could only assume to be Northern Africa, Tunisia or something like that, that puzzle box which would unveil the mysteries of the ultimate pleasure. Of course, associated with the ultimate pleasure comes the ultimate pain. So as he discovers the pleasure, his body is shredded to pieces, and throughout the film he has to suck the life out of living beings so he can become human once again. Yeah, very, very loose, storytelling over here. So yeah, okay. There we go, Frank. Of course, Frank could not accomplish this without Julia. Julia is none other than his, love interest, okay? Julia, actually, this gown is removable because it's from softer goods, softer plastic, softer rubbery plastic, and she comes with an extra pair of bloody arms. You can see her skeletal features over here, okay? Right, this is Julia, okay? Actually, Julia is Frank's sister-in-law, yeah, which makes it a lot more complicated. Yeah, I have some difficulty posing Julia as she often falls down. Yeah, I can't really say I blame her. It wouldn't be easy to stand up without her skin. So let's go a little bit onto the Cenobites. So probably one of the, you know, I'm not gonna, I'm struggling for words over here because these are the object of such a tormented mind. I mean, to call this statue hot is, what would it say about me? It isn't hot, but it's got some pretty feminine features to it, you know. But if you look at the top of the skull, yeah, the skin has been removed and it's held in place by these wires. That is why I really don't like moving the arms or the neck, which are the only parts in this figure that actually move from side to side. Okay, this girl, this female Cenobite is called Angelique. Angelique, that's it. Okay, I will try to take some pictures to show you at the end of the video. As far as female Cenobites go, here's another one. Actually, this one is called Female. Okay, so Clive Barker more than once said in interviews that he wasn't exactly happy with the oversimplistic names these characters have, but they do turn out to be effective. Okay, so as you can see, once again, the long, dark, leathery robes with, you know, parts of their anatomy showing. We've got the spine on her showing. I don't know if it's seen on camera, the red. Okay, and they often come accompanied with instruments designed for pain, of course, because these guys, these Cenobites, are always chasing after Frank because he kind of messed with the whole equilibrium of things. You cannot hope to achieve the ultimate pleasure without experiencing the ultimate pain. Right, another one, this time Butterball. So some of these came with additional accessories that I haven't brought here. So in the case of Butterball, he came with a different head without his sunglasses. Okay, once again, quite horrid, and the gashes he's got on his stomach, you know, with hooks protruding all around. Yeah, once again, here we go, another Cenobite, okay, and an apron filled with tools designed to inflict pain. Yeah, okay, this one right here with the flames coming out of her mouth. By the way, these flames are obviously detachable. I haven't really touched this for, yeah, okay. Yeah, this one right here is called Barbie, on what I can only assume is a very, very twisted joke on the iconic beauty that the Barbie doll used to represent in the past. Right, so this one, once again, barbed wire crossing all her body, you know, all of these, you know, straps, strange constrainment. Yeah, I know that the wardrobe on this film kind of inspired a group of goths in the way they dressed, okay, in the past, and still do, some of them these days. Right, so on to another figment of twisted imagination, the Bloodline Twins. Yeah, okay, so these are supposed to be two characters, binded into one. Once again, the spinal cord can be seen on the back, and the only articulation they have is on their arms and forearms. Okay, so they can, yeah. Okay. Okay. Bloodline twins, that would be the one. Okay, so another rendition of Pinhead, and you may ask, whoop, sorry, Julia has literally lost her head. No harm there. Okay, she can just hold it there. Yeah, okay, you may be asking, why have I got two different versions of Pinhead? Because these were sold as series. So series 1, 2, and 3. And what was interesting about this particular collection is when you collected the 6 figures on each one of these lines, each one of these these series, sorry, they came with an object that was part of the film, okay, itself. Okay, so series 1, they came with the puzzle box, that's right. Series 2, they came with the Pillar of Souls, and Series 3 came with the Leviathan, which is a different configuration of the puzzle box. Okay, so you have to go further down the franchise to have to know what these objects are. So unfortunately, I did not manage to get all the figures in all the lines. So 2 of these objects, I've got them incomplete, but one of them is complete, and I will show them to you in a second. So once again, another Pinhead. Okay, right. So with his accessories on his belt, you know, once again, cutting utensils, knives, and so on. This guy was the lead opponent on the second film of the franchise. He was called the Surgeon. So I don't know if you guys can see the, you know, the intricacy and the detail with which these figures were produced. So once again, it's not about movement. It's not about articulation because they haven't got a lot of it. So the legs are fixed in one position only. But it is about the intricacy and the detail of the sculpting. And these are quite gruesome. Yeah, once again, Surgeon over here. Another female character, Stitch. Yeah, probably got her name from all the stitches that are on her head. I don't know if you could see it or not. Okay, can you? Yes, she's got what appears to be some sort of intestines protruding from the outside of her, you know, robes. A couple of knives too. Yep, that's it. And this, what would appear to be sort of a twisted corset. Yeah, that's it. So huge amount of detail went to the wardrobe, the recreation of these characters on the Hellraiser films. Okay, I've only got one of these, but they were a pair. These were called the Wire Twins, and this is the first Wire Twin that I have here. Okay, so were it not for this stand that I used to display her, it would have been absolutely impossible because her feet are absolutely tiny and they are constructed in a way that it's impossible for her to stand. So yeah, once again we can see a bit of her internal organs. Yeah, how sick is that? Okay, she's got a top notch made of actual fiber instead of plastic. Okay, yeah, this incredibly long black tongue coming out of her mouth, and this what I would assume to be scarification instead of tattoos. Okay, on the side of her head and her arms too. Once again, the leather frocks. Okay, tight leather. Yes. Sadomasochistic all the way, you guys. Another Cenobite, the last one I have to show you guys, is the Chatterer. Okay, the Chatterer. Its name probably originates from the chattering noise it makes as he pursues the main heroine of the first movie, Christie. Okay, yes, the Chatterer. Okay, I'm still missing a few of the characters in the line, but as I told you before, what's interesting is that they came with these objects. Once you collected the six figures, you got access to an object of the collection. The first one you got here, it's incomplete, as you can obviously see, is the puzzle box. Okay, so yeah, these parts can obviously be used as bases, as they've got pins, and you can stand the figures on them, or you could just display them as part of this puzzle box. Okay, so when you discover the secret to opening this puzzle box, you will be allowed to discover the ultimate pleasure, as I said before. So unfortunately, this one is incomplete. Series 2 brings us the Pillar of Souls, and this sculpture is pretty much one of my favorite Neca sculptures so far. I mean, from the color, it's got a bronze finish. Of course, it's plastic, okay, but it's got this bronze finishing to it. You've got the bronze and you've got the green, much like it happens with the metal. And the sculpture it depicts basically scenes of pleasure and pain. On this face of the Pillar of Souls, you can see actually, Pinhead, okay, with his pins protruding from the sculpture. So this is absolutely amazing sculpture, an amazing sculpture. And considering that this was actually, you had to assemble the different sides of the Pillar of Souls and the top and the base. Well, this is absolutely outstanding, okay, outstanding. Series 3 gave us the Leviathan, which is this absolutely humongous object. So once again, what we've got is the puzzle box in a different configuration, okay? Right, so once again, unfortunately, it's incomplete. I haven't got the whole thing, yeah. And these are quite hard to discover these days, okay? They are only sold on the secondary market and they command quite extraordinary prices. So the reason why I showed you this collection today is that Neca hasn't finished with the line yet. Quite recently, on their Ultimates line, they came up with yet another Pinhead figure. That is exactly right. But this time they've used more accurate, up-to-date technologies in creating this figure. So it's got soft cloth goods for the robes this time. This dramatical picture you can see on the left side here. Yeah, multiple accessories, multiple hands. Once again, the puzzle box in 2 different configurations, a different alternate head, and dramatic pictures to show. And this guy right here is staying in the box because I've got no need to open it so far. Right, that is a wrap, my friends. I hope you've all enjoyed watching this video, and if you haven't watched the original Hellraiser movie, please do, because if you're into the whole horror genre, you won't be let down by this particular franchise, particularly the first one, okay? Hope to see you guys soon. Take care, stay safe, stay strong.